Dude, I'm gonna start right now. See, we are live. We are started. We are mappers. We are strong. Ugh. And this is Mapple. I need like an intro to this. Like I need to learn how to put video intros that have audio and stuff. So I
Yeah.
could just like have a whole thing with like maps flying by, right?
Mm.
And like some epic music, some and then just me come out in a really dumb voice. Mapple. Like a Nickelodeon show or
Some
something.
thingy.
Or
I'm
or
an infinite power gamer.
or like a really bad rendition of a SpongeBob song that has to do with cartography, you
Yeah.
know.
Yeah. I can look
Oh, who paints mountains and trees? Like I don't know.
at.
Oh, uh, anyway, yeah, I'm gonna be trying to mess around and making stuff in Incarnate now.
Yeah.
That way anybody that shows this or anybody that joins that doesn't have Photoshop,
Yes.
could see a little bit more about it and maybe ask any questions if they want.
Right. I've downloaded it.
What happened?
I've got it too now.
The Incarnate?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's web based, so you just go on, sign up, and you're there.
Yep. Yeah.
Where'd my screen share thing go? Don't get me wrong, I still got photo. I was working on something in Photoshop, so I still got it open in the background.
Mm-hmm.
I probably shouldn't have it open in the background. It's gonna be like, hey, you're doing too much. You know how Photoshop and Google Hangouts don't get along?
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, for anybody checking in now that hasn't seen any of the, bunch of Incarnate videos I've done so far, this is the website, just incarnate.com. Beta sign up. You can sign in with your Facebook or just put a what you call actually sign up. And then you can have fun, doing your thing. So I'm gonna go back to maps and make one from scratch, right? I'm just not sure what kind of map I want to make right now. Like what kind of biomes and stuff I want to use.
Mm-hmm.
Because for a while when I wasn't able to run any games or do any tutorials or anything, I was looking more and more into holy cow, look who has arrived!
Oh, we have a new face.
For his first time on Mappa, it is Barker.
Yes.
I don't even know who be a better game master than Parker is anymore. There's just a bunch of Matt Click clones running around lately. So, yo, when y'all first started doing that fucked me up. I have to admit.
I'm sorry I'm late. I thought you were starting at 3 o'clock, and so I thought it was 10 minutes early. All right, back to it. I didn't mean to interrupt. Hello.
You are kind of. I did kind of start just a little bit early.
Oh,
I was like,
all
people just jump in whenever,
That's it.
So what did you need help with, Barker? Like, cause I got Photoshop open as well.
Dude, you know what? I'm here to hang out. I'm here to watch you do your thing. I got my tablet, which you don't have to charge. You don't have to plug it in.
Oh, paper.
I got some pencils, so I'm just gonna if it's okay if I just hang out and draw for a little bit.
No, most definitely, bro. That's what it's all about, man.
Sweet.
Whether using digital or paper, I don't have like a cool setup. Some people just put the camera right up and just draw and be like, yeah, I'm doing this. But don't get me wrong,
super interested.
I still draw on paper too, like even maps.
Oh yeah. So and I'm just super interested in Incarnate, and I know that that's what you've been doing recently, and so I want to learn more about that too.
Yeah, that's really cool.
Yeah, it's easy as hell. I mean, I'm spoiled by Photoshop.
Oh yeah.
With the knowledge of the program and the power to literally do whatever I want in the program, I'm spoiled. But putting that aside, Incarnate for like beginner to possibly intermediate mappers
Yep.
is totally amazing, even in the stage it's at now.
For sure.
You know, so basically it's really easy. You got a shovel tool, you plop land down. That's it.
Okay, sweet.
You know, and then you just I wonder. I've been having problems with my computer, and my tablet drivers have been messing up. So I don't know if it'll work.
All right, and you're in a browser window, right? Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
It's
cool.
it's a web-based browser program.
Cool.
So
well, I'm in it too.
one of the things I've discovered. Let me go to that real quick. About Incarnate that the devs probably never intended.
Mm-hmm.
I discovered, which is this little thing, is to basically use Incarnate like an online data sheet or database or something.
Wow.
So I use the paintbrush tools in Incarnate to create rows and columns.
Oh,
You
wow.
know, of I don't know if you remember the Isles of Illendor. It was something I was doing with the community a while back. Just taking
Oh yeah.
stuff. So the note tool, if I click this, I don't know if you notice a bunch of little orangey words.
Yeah.
Okay, go to select, make sure that's the option, and Jagathi, I have an overview. I click it, I have a flyout window with whatever I type in there. So I can type in my overview, you know, and if I ever forget something about that land, or if I'm running a game tonight and I have to go to my, you know, friendly local, you know, neighborhood gaming store, right?
Yep.
I could just take like a tablet or online phone or whatever, get online and just pop this in and be like, hey, yeah, I've got all my info right here.
Oh my gosh. Dude,
You know?
that's brilliant, man. How'd you get the rows painted?
It's all right. I'll actually exit this and show real quick.
I don't want to interrupt what you're doing.
No, dude. This is all for like fun, learning, progress. It's not a problem, you know.
Cool.
I'm not really doing anything right now. So you just go to create now. Sculpt, you just sculpt. So what I did was I just put the biggest size in the sculpt brush I could, filled it all up with land, right?
Oh, yeah.
So to get rid of the water texture, and you go down to paint, and I get different textures.
Oh, dude. Okay.
I could take a golden field. Now here it's just like this,
Yeah.
but there's the option of having a circle or a block.
And you could paint. Oh man, that's great.
The block actually snaps.
Oh, cool.
So I could just. It's real easy, even without a pen tablet, even with just the mouse. I'm using the mouse right now, and I could just snap and literally have it. So I do same size rows every single time.
Oh, that's awesome.
That's
awesome.
So that's how I get the rows, and I just select different colors for the. That's how I get the columns, and different colors are for the rows. You know.
That's awesome. That's baller.
So, yeah, it's probably something that they never intended, but,
Whatever. So.
Hey, but you could use it for that purpose.
Yeah, for sure. Awesome.
Color everything back in the same manner. So I'm gonna make something. But yeah, me being crazy figured that out, and I think that's like you never need a sticky note or a notepad or anything again.
Yeah.
If you have a laptop and you like to run off of laptops, and say you don't know how to use Excel, like a spreadsheet, you should just go to Incarnate, have one thing with all your info on your map, and just go, yeah, well, I made a map here. Boom, there you go.
Oh my God, this is a cool program, man.
Yeah, man. It has a lot of promise.
Yeah, super user friendly.
There's a few things I don't like about it, but then again, like I said, I'm spoiled.
Yeah, for sure.
And when I get critical, I can be really critical.
No.
We haven't seen that yet, no? You mean
Are you sure about that?
there's more?
Yeah, I get really bad.
No, dude.
Nah, but I try not to be a dick about it.
Yeah. Well.
Well,
yeah.
you are a program a lot better.
But what kind of biome should I do, man? I want to do something. I want to do like a custom setting and do it, and like set everything up for free and stuff with all custom rules and do most of it through like Incarnate.
I'm gonna do a desert. Something desert-like.
I was in a hangout with Chepe the other day, and I know he was being silly, but he was talking about the maps on Drive-Thru RPG.
Yeah.
And how every map, this was a statement, every map on Drive-Thru RPG never has a desert unless it's like a huge desert that is very specific to what they want to do.
Yeah.
Or every map happens to have this gigantic, overwhelming forest.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, huge. Yeah.
I'm like,
That's
you
why
think I got my maps on Drive-Thru RPG? I don't
Yeah, for sure. I was talking with Matt Click today, and we were talking about the Dark Sun campaign setting and how that's one of our favorite settings because it's almost the entire thing is desert. Well, it's like post-apocalyptic wasteland, and that's like an untapped genre when it comes to fantasy.
Yeah, I guess for the most part it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a funny guy. I only have 3 genres. That's future, modern, and fantasy. That's about it.
What do you mean you only have 3 genres? You only play 3 genres?
No, that's my method of thinking.
Yeah, for sure.
I only feel that there's 3 major genres, and they're separated.
Pseudo postmodern. You're not big on pseudo postmodern noir fantasy.
No. 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 What was it? Cyber Deco. Or Cyber Deco Techno Victorian. No,
Yeah.
Cyber Deco Victorian Techno Noir. That's the setting.
Biopunk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I always give him flat for that.
We had actually a plan for a while. We were coming up with a system which came with it. It's a roll table, and basically before you play, it's like a one-shot system. And before you play, you roll on this table 4 times, and all that's on the table is adjectives, and that describes your setting.
Oh.
Wow.
So it's like, but it's perfect for a guy like Chepe who's like.
He's very specific. But you can't really fault him, I guess, because he's very. I don't know. I've only managed to play in one serious game that he ran. Like he ran seriously.
Yeah.
And I could see that he has a lot of structure, and how he has like the backstory, and he has clues and continuity. You know.
Yeah.
It's not like sometimes something happens that is not very relevant. Even though it might seem irrelevant, it's probably going to be relevant.
Yeah. All right. Paint.
Now I'm going to do what I like to call cookie monstering the map. Taking chunks out of this sucker. Oh, what's up? We got another who joined us. Hello.
Hello,
Our silent Cthulhu insect friend.
Hi.
Welcome.
Welcome into the fold, my friend.
Welcome to our lair.
We shall be polite most of the time and make maps. Other times we might indeed be jerks. No.
How do you zoom in?
No, that you cannot do.
You can't zoom in. Okay.
Yeah, that's one of my gripes with the functionality. Now, there's a workaround, at least I know for Chrome, because I use Google Chrome, is if you hold down the control button and mouse wheel in.
Oh, yeah, I see.
Yeah, it's a functionality of the browser, not the program.
Yeah,
So it's a
I
little
get it,
clunky, but you know, it's a workaround.
for sure. Is there an undo?
No,
Okay.
there is also no memory. There's no undo.
Yeah. All right, what do I want? What do I want? Desert. No.
I gotta figure out a way where I can do cool stuff without having to be too knowledgeable.
Mm-hmm.
like DMG.
Oh yeah. Oh
You
yeah.
know, he's got the cameras, the chat boxes, and all that. If I could do
So
that, that would be like awesome.
so one thing that I've always learned is that if you can't really go wrong by taking all the places where there's land that touches the water and just going along the edge of it and cutting it and putting green on it.
Putting green.
Green like the grassland color in
Uh,
Incarnate.
I don't always wait. Can I have multiple signings working at the same time? Ooh, I think I can. Uh, let's see if I could edit that. All right. Can you guys see this map or not? Yeah, it
Oh
looks
yeah,
like
for
you see
sure.
it. I've got brown and sand.
I like that. Yeah, the beach for beaches, for
Yeah,
sure. I like
because
that.
there's a now people keep mistaking me for an expert. Um, it's not so much that, but you know, I like to watch Bill Nye the Science Guy even now. You know,
Yeah,
and depending on certain coastlines, the waves are heavier and beat against the shore,
Hmm.
and you get beaches. You know, instead of jungles and forests coming right up against the shore.
Yeah.
So I like to put some beaches in there. I live a few blocks away from a beach, so I gotta show my beaches some love.
What beach?
Rockaway,
Mm.
New York City, Queens up in the house.
All right.
Look at Brian just kicking ass right now. Holy
I
cow!
know,
Wait a minute.
dude. I'm looking at what he's doing. I like that. I really like all of the rivers. Is that going to be a city map? Is that going to be? Because I don't know.
I really don't know at the minute, Barker. I have no
How
idea.
dare you?
This is the first time I've used this, so
Oh,
I'm
dude.
liking some danger. So,
Yeah. This doesn't really do city maps.
I
There's
see.
there's workarounds. For a lot of the mapping stuff.
For sure. I could just
But
imagine like if that. I could just imagine a big like massive city taking up almost that entire island, like in the surrounding part of the islands, and surrounding that kind of bay, that gulf in the middle of it.
well,
yeah,
the good thing
I
is,
might actually do that.
yeah, the good thing is that you could always save that as a JPEG, Brian, and put it over to Photoshop and just draw your city map on top of that.
Oh, that's cool.
So it's still useful even if you are a Photoshop person. You could do quick concept maps and then add with Photoshop afterwards.
Right. Okay. Well, I'm just trying to see what I can do in this thing.
kind of area does this look like to you guys? I'm feeling temperate.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. And just because I have to, I got to put some deltas in this mug over here. Because, because I like that song.
What song?
Cross the Delta. Was it Daft Punk, man,
No, man.
Oh. Damn it.
Is that a country song?
No, it's not. It's a techno song.
All right, I'll look it up. You put a little twang in your voice when you started singing it, man.
Well, I don't know. There's something about doing it that way that I just, you know what it is? I think I've been hanging out with Chepe too much, and he keeps saying how he hates that I could do a country voice better than him when it's like his region.
Oh yeah.
So
Yeah.
I tend to just, I don't know. I get stuck in that damn country voice. I'll be in the supermarket. Yeah, we gotta go down this aisle right here. And, to get some syrup right there. I like me some Captain Crunch, cause get a Captain Crunch, get a little saga right there. It's the only syrup you can get saga and it still be good, but it's that critical moment of sogginess in which you got to eat it. I can't.
Crazy, man. You are crazy.
Great.
Está loco.
All right, so let's see what
Está
else we got
loca.
here.
Dale huevo.
Someone's going crazy on that monophonic synthesizer.
Yeah, that's something my brother's listening to.
Oh, cool. Pattern. Ooh, mountains. I don't want mountains. I don't want any mountains.
Oh, you know what? I just had an idea for the devs. Maybe I'll say it now and then remember to make a video about it later.
Yeah.
They've got a feature in the mountains that it adjusts the size.
Oh, yeah.
It randomizes between 3 different mountains while you're drawing. Now, it obviously looks like it's 3 different textures that it cycles through. If they could, or at some point when they add more textures to the brush tool, if they could have a feature like that cycles through 3 different like grass textures or 3 different jungle textures, to add a little bit more randomity to the map.
For sure.
That would be cool as hell. Again, it's probably a bit much to ask.
You could turn this.
Now, when you're doing rivers, you're just subtracting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right? Cool.
I'm just subtracting.
Hello.
Hello.
Got to take that quick pose, Grandma taking the baby out. But yeah, subtracting is just or making the rivers just the subtract tool.
Cool.
It's also how you beat up the coastline. Like I have pretty jagged coastlines because I
Yeah.
enjoy that, and it's in my silliness I had dubbed it the Cookie Monster method. It's like taking bites out of a cookie.
Bites out of it. Yeah.
Yeah.
You
Hey,
slowly
but it works.
reduce the size of the brush.
Yeah.
All right,
Sometimes
so
I
let's
just
see if
do it to get a hang of I don't know, to get a hang for the feel of the map. A little bit more randomness.
Yeah.
In Photoshop, I can do a few tricks to get some randomness, and there's something about drawing in pencil or pen.
Yeah.
Parker got Pangea up in this bitch.
Here it is now.
Pangea. It's actually a small island. Small island.
Mm-hmm.
Tiny.
It's the thing about this that there seems to be. You can do a bunch of different zoom levels,
Yeah.
but it seems to have a sweet spot to me.
Mm-hmm. For sure.
I feel like I found the sweet spot, but it definitely feels like it has one. Every time I do a map on this thing, I keep messing up and trying to press Control Z.
Oh yeah, all the time, dude. And you've spent too much time in Photoshop when you're drawing a map with just your pencil, and you make a mistake and you Control Z in your mind, and then you're like, oh shit, I have to actually use the eraser.
Well,
I
actually don't draw in pencil all that much.
Oh really?
Yeah, I've developed a habit of drawing in pen for so long that I'll just pick up a pen and draw. So there's no such thing as undo.
Yeah, oh yeah, for sure. I got you.
There's just a happy little accident.
Yeah. And you gotta find a way to work it in to make it work. Like, oh shit, I screwed up. Well, it looks better that way. You gotta persuade yourself. That's what I meant.
It's like training to improv, but instead for an improvisational performance, it's improvisational art, you know?
Yes, absolutely.
Absolutely.
That thing that you just said.
Wait, am I still on subtract? I am. Word, I need to play some Heroes of the Storm. Get my daily quest done.
Yeah, you do, man. Yeah, you do.
It's like the only digital game I go to right now. Everything else is just drawing, mapping, and writing stuff. Or reviewing stuff, apparently.
I Viking the hell out of that game.
Oh, those Vikings are annoying.
They are. No, they just nerfed him though, so it's a little bit hard.
Oh, yo, that mining laser?
That's who's that? That's
Tychus.
Tychus. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
I'm not okay. I guess my natural personality doesn't allow me to play assassin or those types of characters.
Yeah.
Quite effectively. I naturally lean towards tanks and supports.
Okay, cool, yeah.
Or controllers, people that have like battlefield control.
Yeah, you play a blue deck. That's a stupid man reference. Sorry.
Unfortunately, I know what you meant.
Okay. Good.
But anyway, yeah. So like my favorite character right now, like I haven't been playing forever. I only just got to level 40 a little while ago. But my favorite character is Nazebo. I play the shit out of Nazebo.
Oh, dude. Nazebo, I played Nazebo for the first time yesterday. I don't think I've had so much fun playing that game in a long time.
Yeah, it's great. Like you have ever seen Pally Time?
Oh yeah.
All right. He's always like, the zombie walls. I land almost every zombie wall I ever do.
Yep. Oh man, that's amazing.
And it's like, oh god.
I had a story. Yesterday I played a game and I played with MF Pally Time. But I got to finish the story because I was playing with him and I was like, dude, you're awesome. When we lose, it's your fault because I'm using your build right now. Like I was just being a complete kind of troll. And and then like I was just the entire game I'm like, all right, talking to him, whatever. And then at the end I realized it's MF Polly Time. It was just some dude posing as Pally Time with a fake name. I was like, you bastard. Now I feel like an idiot. It was so bad.
Yeah, that's pretty bad.
Yep. If you're watching this, Polytime, I will find you. I will kill you.
I will find you, and I will eat cookies without milk to represent my hatred.
I like taking the tiniest subtract tool and going along the coastlines. Let's see if I got
Yeah,
this.
I'm doing that.
Like, I'm gonna pretend that I have something to add to this whole thing, but
It's one of those things. For me, when I do it myself, I'm never satisfied. Like
yeah.
I always feel like I do it way too much. But when I see someone like freaking Brian over here do it, it always seems to work. You know? It's like, yes, yes. I do it. It's, what did I do wrong? I did something wrong. I know I did something wrong. Like if I just do that here, it's gonna look horrible. I'm gonna go down to like a. I can only go down to a 3, but
Yeah.
you know, I always end up doing a delta instead.
Yeah.
Then again, I get obsessed with, like, I get interested in it, and then I do the whole research. I'm watching, like, you know, Bill Nye and geology.
Oh yeah.
Not like him and his actual, you know, specials and commentaries, but like the Bill Nye the Science Guy show.
Oh yeah. The old school.
Yeah, the old school.
Yeah, man.
And it's like, okay, if that's what that, I've muscled through those geologist things, though.
Yeah.
Oh man,
Yes.
just listening to people talk about informative things, but doing so in such a way where it's like, I can't bear to listen anymore.
It's the worst.
It's like, damn, but that's good stuff. You know? Like I watched this this video on how to add tectonic motion to your world before you map it.
Oh wow. Oh yeah. Okay. Cool.
And it was by a geologist.
Yeah.
You know, and I think it's a geologist that does the theoretical worlds.
Yeah.
Like, oh, okay, a world with 2 suns, 4 moons, approximately this far away from that type of star,
Yeah.
would look like this. You know, would most likely look like this with this type of plant life and animal life. You know.
Yeah.
But oh man, was she so boring to listen to?
Yeah.
It hurts. I want to redo a video like that, but you know.
But make it interesting. Nelsonize it.
Nelsonize it. That's like a beat up. That's what the hell happened there. You know what happened there? A giant had a battle with a dragon and body slammed it. He like jumped up in the air, body slammed the dragon, and it shattered the ground.
Where?
In this area right here.
Oh yeah, that's rad. That's his head print. That's the head print right there. That little bay. Yeah, right there.
He just he DDT'd a dragon, and that's what happened over here. It just shattered that piece. Oh, see, now that's starting to look cool. Now I'm going to want to put that everywhere.
Are you talking about what I'm doing?
The shattery thingy.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much what you're doing.
Oh, yours. Oh, yeah, for sure. Yeah, kind of like the same idea where you're breaking it apart. That's what I do, though. Sometimes, like, I really like places like here where the mainland breaks apart and then there's islands and stuff. But I get so carried away that by the time I'm done, all I have is, like, an archipelago, and that's not what I wanted. So I have to start all over.
Oh, for the longest time I was doing that, I got stuck on that. And then it was like, oh, deltas! From archipelagos to deltas. And then
now it's like the world of deltas.
yeah. Oh, I want to do fjords too, but I'm trying to be like.
Oh, dude, I love fjords. I'm serious. I have a fjord fetish currently. Oh man.
Oh, that is a perfect alliteration.
All right, let's see what we got.
Yeah, welcome to Be a Better Game Master, where we teach you a brand new appreciation for fjords. That's right, you dirty fjord. Yeah, I don't know. Don't listen to me.
When I say I'm a dungeon master, I mean exactly what you think I mean. I have fetishes. S&M and fjords. Get it? A stupid joke. They're really just really stupid.
You know, I understood it, which is even worse.
Who's the greater fool, the fool or the fool who follows him?
Damn it. See, the thing is that the tablet doesn't work all that well for this browser-based program, simply because if you hold it in one space too long, it thinks you're right-clicking.
Are you using a tablet right now?
I switched to the tablet. Yeah, I like to
What kind of tablet?
Wacom Cintiq.
Okay. Oh, I see. Okay, cool. I thought you were talking like a Surface Pro or an iPad or something like that kind of tablet.
No. No.
Yeah, no. I have a Wacom somewhere. Oh wait, what do I have? Yeah, I think it's a Wacom, like the bamboo.
The bamboo's pretty good. I just
Yeah,
never
it's
got
fun.
used to really looking up at a screen that I'm supposed to be drawing on.
Yeah, I would love to have like the magic paper type of thing, you know?
Yeah.
I'd go, yeah.
I love it, but I
That'd be awesome.
I draw. I was trying to make a career a while back with my art, so I saved up and I bought it. But life, happens.
Yeah, it's lame.
Yeah, life is lame sometimes. But see, I got my one. No, that's a paint buck. I don't want to be like, hi guys. I don't know. Whatever. Supposed to be drawing a comic too, so that sucks. I stopped doing that.
So you're not doing that?
I did like 3 pages of a mini comic,
Oh,
and
man.
it's just didn't. I have the thumbnails drawn in pen, in a pad, but not on the computer. Let me put that away. Let me show some solidarity. Go back to the mouse. Stop trying to show off.
Yeah, see, the problem with going through...
Not everyone has a Cintiq now, so stuff's showing off.
You guys could get a Cintiq. If Wacom wants to do little advertisements, I could make their Cintiq sell because they cornered the market anyway though. So
Yeah, they do.
not a damn thing I could do about that.
I'll pay you for advertisement? Wacom is synonymous with the business.
The problem I found with shattering all of the edges of this map is I went from small island to... I mean, this has to be a continent now. Because if you look at it, like, everything's too small on the edges. It looks way zoomed out. So it kind of has to be its own continent.
Why not? It could still be an island. Those could just be really small land masses.
A god DDT'd a dragon in every single location around the island.
Well, not like those little offshot islands on the sides. They could be like the little things where, one tree grows.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And then like the pirate king chose one of the small islands to bury his treasure, but it was a bad location because you don't look anywhere. You land on the island, and then that's just the island.
Yep, there's one tree. Oh, Jeebus. Okay. Pattern. Coniferous trees. Can you make them bigger trees or no?
No. You cannot scale any of the trees, objects, or you can't scale anything.
These bastards.
Yeah, like I said, there's a few flaws in the functionality of it.
Yeah, that's
but
I'm using it for free. Like, I really...
yeah, it's still a great tool with a lot of promise. I mean, a few little things would make this insanely awesome.
Yeah.
Like one thing, depending on the resolution of your monitor, is that the last 3 options, sometimes won't highlight unless you scroll down.
Ah.
So if you're trying to save your map and it's giving you trouble because it won't highlight, just scroll down. I think. Monster. Whoa. Another thing that I kind of like to do to blend stuff uh, is at this level. It looks like you might be doing that right now. Um, because you have the softness thing. If you decrease the size and just like Cookie Monster your own stuff,
Mm-hmm.
like a little spots of golden field there, and then come back over it, and then try to do little crescents to bite pieces out of it, just to make it look like it has variation.
Yeah, I like that auto fade it does. The kind of like with Campaign Cartographer, you gotta go up and enable the effects.
Yeah,
and
you gotta go on
disable
the
the
sheets.
effects. Which I have Campaign Cartographer on all my computers, and it's fun, but it's not user friendly as a map making software. It's like the learning curve. You might as well just learn Photoshop because
It's not entirely true. Like I have it, I learned to use it a bit, but I stopped using it.
Yeah.
And now I don't know how to use it anymore. So I have to get back into that.
Yep.
You know, I reinstalled it, but then I stumbled upon this thing, and there's no learning curve here. It's just like, hey, do it, done.
Yeah, exactly. And in a way, I kind of feel like it should be like, what am I thinking? Like, there are a lot of cases in Campaign Cartographer where like there's an objects menu, right? And I feel like if you're paying money for a software that's meant to make maps, it should be called like, I don't know, map objects, map items, like things like there are a lot of things in there that use terminology that's not user friendly.
Yeah.
And for someone who doesn't, know.
I think the reason they did that approach is because Pro Fantasy, right, is, in my opinion, more the program than the company. Like you have Adobe that has a series of programs, but you have Photoshop that can do a lot of stuff. Pro Fantasy, all their programs are just, compartmentalized version of the overall software.
Yeah, I got
when
you.
you install one, then the other, you start one, and they're all within the same program,
Yeah, for sure.
So I think the reason that they labeled them the way they did was so that they could have the same labels for all their different programs.
Yeah, it makes sense.
It makes it a little bit more difficult to find stuff sometimes.
Yeah, I got you.
But like, there's just things that I do in Photoshop that it's sort of easy for me because I know the process, and without necessarily knowing much of the process in Campaign Cartographer, I'm like, they have it set up a lot better,
For sure. For the sure.
Like, if I wanted to do a fractalized coast, jagged coast, I'd have to go in there, create a brush, or maybe like render clouds, difference clouds, cut out filter, find a nice shape, pick that shape out, define brush preset, go into the brush menu,
Yeah.
and then jitter, minimum this, minimum that, then set that up as a brush, and then paint your coastline and have that do that way, right? Campaign Cartographer, you just go, okay, click a button, draw a coast, and you're done.
Yeah, for sure. Good point.
It's just the learning curve is annoying.
For Photoshop?
Actually, you know what? Yeah, I could definitely say it for Photoshop too. Because I've been using Photoshop for years, so it's not like it's a difficult program for me because I already know. So when there's a feature that I've either forgotten how to use or a way of using a feature that I never thought of before that somebody's using, and they do a tutorial, it's really easy for me to pick up because I already know the basic functionality of it. But Campaign Cartographer, there's different hotkeys, different buttons.
Yeah.
It's just an entirely different thing. So you got to reprogram your brain basically.
Yeah, for sure. Well, I actually have a game to get off and play. But
What?
I do, man. I get to play a role-playing game today.
It's not fair.
I know. But dude, thanks for letting me sit in and hang out with you guys for a bit.
No problem, man. Whenever it's on, just hop in.
Hell yeah, dude. Hell yeah. I'll talk to you guys later.
Peace out, brother.
Bye.
I am a monster, my own worst enemy. What am I doing? I don't know what I'm doing.
I don't know what I'm doing.
What the hell? Yep. You're
What do you-
You're definitely turning that into a city map.
Yeah.
What? Good God, man. If you finish that, you need to post it up to the group when you're done. Because people need to see that, because that's a lot of work.
That's insane, though. I wish they had walls in this as well, to be honest.
Yeah, well, you know what? Did you download my my wall brush pack?
Oh, I think so, yeah.
Well,
I can get that.
just save, and then you can you know how you can like color pick?
Yeah.
Just color pick it and do the walls.
Mm-hmm.
It's you can still use Photoshop. I mean, jeez, man.
Yeah, you do, man.
Yeah. I'm like completely neglecting this entire other half of this thing that I was doing.
I just have no idea why I'm placing this in a certain position. I'm just going with it. It might be cool to finish this though and see what happens.
That's an interesting like metropolis.
See what I'm just looking to see what I can overlap and what looks good where and see what I can do with it. Can you copy and paste things together or kind of do this?
I mean, there's no copy and paste function, but all the pieces of things are exactly identical.
Yeah.
I wouldn't see why, you couldn't do something like that.
That would be good if they could do that.
That's cool. Why does that forest really should probably go down more? Just being silly and not putting it there. I don't like this much.
No.
Let's just drop a desert in there.
Yeah, why not?
Because, bow! Can't be that huge of a desert, but...
So how did the two of you get started in this cartography thing?
I don't know, like, I'm kind of a character artist, right? That's like my forte. It's what I tend to consider myself as. But when you're writing adventures or stories for comics or books, sometimes it's good to have a reference point. That way there's a continuity to what I'm doing. And I just started making maps to have that continuity.
Yeah.
When a player is like, yeah, we want to go from town A and we want to travel to town B, how long is that gonna take? Or when you're telling them, yeah, you got to go from town A to town B and stop the raiding of the orcs in town B, right? So go, and they leave, and then you're gonna turn around and say, yeah, do you have any food? We brought 2 days of food, but it's 1 week of travel. How the hell were we supposed to know? Instead of just inventing stuff like that. That there's a reason for that.
Yeah, it makes sense.
It's like I guess that's how I got into mapping. How I became the map guy, I have no idea. I don't know how that transpired at all.
Nelson's like our map expert, really. Claims he's not the expert, but everybody goes to him with a question, and he gives his critique. Helpful.
Still don't know how that ended up happening though.
I always loved maps. I never considered making them until recently, but I never really connected them to role-playing until like a year ago. Like, hey, I could probably use these for things.
Yeah, it's I don't know, any resource can be used for pretty much anything. Okay? And like my biggest thing, or the thing that I try to share above anything else, is to never really limit yourself. The only real limits you have as far as your creativity are the ones that you impose upon yourself. So to not do that, like I build miniatures and 3D dungeons and stuff,
Oh,
and
cool.
some of the techniques that I learned actually come from scrapbooking. From scrapbooking. Just putting pictures in a thing and doing it in a decorative manner. A hobby that is pretty much dominated by women. So when I'm in like a scrapbooking aisle getting a die cutter or something, people look at me funny. But they're completely valid techniques, and you could use them for the hobby. So why not? That's my approach. It's like, why not?
It's a good approach. What do you scrapbook?
I don't scrapbook anything. I just use the techniques.
Ah.
Why can't I get down there with this brush? Okay, this is being funny now.
I mean, you could scrapbook too if you wanted.
Oh yeah, I could. I'm not trying to say I don't do it. Oh no, that's for the females. Nah, that's not what I'm trying to say. It's just that I'm too busy doing this stuff to even keep up with this stuff. And I find I fall behind a lot as far as what I want to do in this venue.
I know that feeling well.
That's the one bad thing about not having an undo feature.
Yes. I'm just, I did a mistake with something, and I was like, how do you get rid of this? And I found out the hard way.
Yeah. Same here. Oh, as far as coloring and incarnate, when you want to add like those beachy shores, just as a hint, you can click away from it And because of the blending feature, if it's close enough with a large brush, it will actually blend into the edge of your shoreline.
Yeah.
You know, and it would be very very subtle. Gotta get my swamp texture on for my delta. Oh, I like me that delta right there. I like that delta right there too. I like them all. So what kind of game system you like to run in, Stephen?
Well, my friend is running a Pathfinder game, and I'm making his map. As we go along, I'm part of the game, so every time we add something new, I'm add to the map. But I'm mostly familiar with Pathfinder. I was just in a game called Reese's. I don't know if you heard of it.
No, that's new to me.
It's a really simple, bare bones kind of fast action game. You just need a whole bunch of D6s, and that's about it. You have 6 dice to distribute among your cliches, they're called. But then, on average, you'll probably only have about 3 or 4 cliches because you want to put more than one dice in the same skill. These cliches are combinations of skills and character traits, and you basically just make them up with GM approval, and they're just broad categories that you can apply. Like, you can be a smuggler, and anytime you're trying to evade the cops, you use your roll for smuggler, things like that.
All right.
And so everything is pretty much controlled by rolling against the cliches. And so it's very free-form, very player-driven. But it's good for less serious games. Unfortunately, that game fell apart pretty quickly. It was supposed to be like a 3-week thing, and we only managed to do 1 session before everybody disappeared. Yeah, wow. I know.
Oh.
That's... damn.
Yeah, but the GM gave us this... Well, he gave me... I was the only one who showed up for the second one. But the GM basically just gave me the story, which would have been really cool, and invited me to... and told me he'd keep in touch, and around winter he'll probably do another thing. But I'm thinking about using the game system for my own campaign. About what, I don't know yet. I've also been working on an Elder Scrolls game and a Fallout game of my own, using fan-made rule systems. Like there's one directly based on Morrowind that I think I'm going to be using for the Elder Scrolls with some heavy modification.
Elder Scrolls is a really interesting and cool universe.
I know, I love it. The problem is its magic system is very different from that in most traditional tabletop games, so I needed something really specialized to simulate it, because I didn't really want to fudge it.
You could fudge it.
Yeah, well, I've talked to a lot of people who have done Elder Scrolls games, and they just made do with D&D or Pathfinder for their system, and I don't want to do that. I want to recreate the feeling of being a mage in the Elder Scrolls universe.
Yeah, I haven't played the actual game in a while.
Morrowind or Skyrim?
Skyrim.
Eh.
I mean, Morrowind, I really haven't played that game in a while, but I kind of forget how the magic system works.
Well, your mana regenerates constantly, and that's really your only limit to magic use. Because everything else you have like spells per day and those sorts of limits.
They have, I don't know, I would do that in like Savage Worlds then, because Savage Worlds' base magic system has to do with power points, which is basically mana, and you get like 1 point per hour.
Oh, cool.
And
that is closer to the system I'm using, because the one based on Morrowind is a little bit more limiting. Like, if you run out of spells, if you run out of mana, it'll take about an hour before you can cast spells again in that game.
Yeah, I like. I was working on a thing where it was Savage Worlds that was similar to the Solomon Kane setting, where there is no limitation to the amount of spells you can do. There's no spells per day. There's no spell slots, no power points or mana. There's only your skill, and every time you cast a spell, the DC would be roughly what the skill roll, what the power points would be. You know, I prefer that kind of magic because you don't have to worry about your mana economy, because then you get into like, instead of health potions, you can have mana potions, which is, it's alright, but I don't personally know about that. I don't know what travesty I made here. See that just ridiculous metropolis you're working on.
I ever get it finished, that's the thing.
I mean, you could get it finished if you wanted to.
Yeah.
Get all these channels Stefan got going on. But yeah. So do you guys know actual geology and stuff?
Well,
Do I know actual geography?
Yeah.
Vaguely. I mean, I read up on it when I can, but I've never really studied it. I keep a lot of maps around, and I try to learn what I can just from looking at that. I'd like to learn more about geology.
It's interesting. I don't know a whole bunch. I'm in the same boat.
Yeah.
Initially, it's like when I first started drawing, like heroes and comic heroes, I would look at the pictures and learn from the pictures. But there's a marked difference when you're learning from someone else's interpretation and actually learning the anatomy of the human body. You know, once you know the anatomy of the human body, you can reproduce that and change it and make a whole slew of believable creatures because the basic anatomy is there, right? That's what I'm trying to do with maps. I'm not a geology expert by any means, but yeah, I look into geology, and like some of these terms are crazy. Like it made me think because I saw one of your lakes, and it made me think of something called a braided lake. You know, I did a map a while back, and somebody was like, "Oh, your lakes are so unbelievable." Braided river, sorry. Your rivers are so unbelievable. Rivers don't fork and come back like that. I'm like, but I saw it on a map. It happens. It's on a map of our real world. that's not hypothetical. And eventually I figured out the reasoning behind it, called a braided lake. You know, so braided lakes, braided river, meandering rivers, archipelagos. What kind of buildings I should put here? I'm gonna put a city. No, I gotta move my city. Put them in the flood zone. Why is it sitting behind the trees? Really? I gotta like level it up. Push to front. That's better. It's a decent sized city, right? Should have one towards the fork of these two rivers. That's a good like trade hub. Anywhere by these wetlands is a good place. Why? Because wetlands are incredibly fertile land, so you can farm them very easily. Hey, 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 hey. If I put a, would that be a good one or not? That's kind of remote. It's another thing that's depressing about this program is the objects cannot be scaled up or down.
Yes.
Makes me feel sad.
I wish they had that.
Probably something they'll add eventually.
Yeah, it's one of those things that are bound to happen. Hey, 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 hey! I guess a small fishing village all the way on the tip of this peninsula might make some sort of sense somewhere. I don't know. I don't like that. That don't look good. They need to be smaller. That's, you know what? You know what it is?
Tiny.
These previous ones, they don't, I don't know, they don't fit stylistically enough with the rest of them. Put a huge town right there. Boom! Trade hub. Boom! Oh, I just deleted it.
You believe it? What did you do?
I put down a village and just deleted it when I meant to put push the front. Hey, 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 hey. This might be a good place for a medium-sized village. Hey, hey. Maybe I will put one all the way here. Doesn't make too much sense, but who cares? Should mix that with that. Just make it look enormous. Like it's a really big city. Boom. Hey, hey, hey. Well, hello there. That'll make a good looking like lighthouse thing. So I guess I'll put that right there.
How long does saving usually take?
I don't know. Sometimes it takes a while.
Yeah.
But they got those pretty little polyhedrons that pop up on screen. It's so
I know, it's
hypnotic.
impressive.
It is so hypnotic.
Fancy and strange, considering it's a everything is two-dimensional and
Yeah. I don't know. Those things make me feel like back in the Sim City days when you would load and it would just like say a tag reticulating splines. It's kind of how it makes me feel. When it saves, it makes me feel like it's reticulating splines.
it's probably what's going on.
I don't even know what that means, but yeah, sure. Reticulating splines. Ooh, put a ruin somewhere. Boom, a ruin right there. Hint of a ruin. I didn't. Now is where I wish I had more room on this map. You know? Put things about as far away as I would like them to be. Raise your fists. You're taking a lot of loving care to those rivers, brother.
Thank you. I've never been able to do much with rivers on GIMP. Still learning. This is so easy, though. It feels like I'm cheating.
That's a great tagline. Like, hey, use incarnate, so easy, makes you feel like you're cheating. Yeah, it's really, really good. Like the entry level to get into it is so easy. You know, I mean, you're seeing how easy it is now. But you know, you can't take GIMP's functionality away though.
What?
GIMP does have a great deal of functionality.
I know, I love GIMP.
You know, it's almost as powerful as Photoshop, and it actually has a few, in my opinion, better ways of doing things than Photoshop. But a lot of other things, in my opinion, are worse than Photoshop. But it being another free software, you know, if you don't have Photoshop, you can't really complain.
Yeah. I do not really feel like spending the money to get Photoshop.
Yeah,
I did recently get a few other. I did recently get Clip Studio Paint Pro on sale, and I'm making my newest map on that. And so far, it's working really well for me. Still on the learning curve, though.
There's another site I like to go to sometimes for inspiration. FantasyNameGenerators.com for a last-minute character name. If you're silly enough to not make a character up until like an hour or 20 minutes, or 5 minutes before a game, and you get done with your character and you're like, holy cow, I actually need a name. You can head over here and grab one.
I've needed to use those many times.
Yeah.
I'm not great at coming up with names in general.
With enough time, names are one of those things that I either have to be inspired or have enough time to inspire myself to come up with one. You know.
I think so. Like, what's your approach?
Well, with coming up with names.
Yeah.
Sometimes I actually go on Google and I go to the language translator, and if I want like a silly name that's representative of character like wild bear, right? I'll just type in wild bear and then scroll through a few different languages. Um, Sometimes I actually have an idea of what civilization would have been the inspiration for my character, right? Like wild bear may be loosely based off of or inspired by Celtic society, right? So wild bear could be a barbarian, maybe with a few fighter levels, and I design them and I go in there and I make them. And in the back of my head, I'm thinking kind of Celtic. Maybe not exactly Celtic, but kind of Celtic. So
So
I
you're
might want
looking
to,
for wild bear and Gaelic, or
yeah, maybe Gaelic, maybe Roman, maybe I might mix the two, and whatever shows up, I'll just use that either if I don't have enough time, I'll use it directly, or I'll use it as a point of inspiration. You know,
yeah,
like the way that name flows, I might change it to make it flow a little better or sound a little cooler to myself, and then go with that. You know, one of my favorite languages is like Maori, so I come up with names based on Maori stuff. Or I'll just come here, pick out a few names. You know, if I'm completely lost and or uninspired, I'll come to a place like this and just get some names. You know, like Edda, Omak, Zangum, Zito. Yeah, whatever. Zangum, Zito. That just sounds too funny to not put together. His name is Zangum Zito, necromantic wizard of Zito's tower, Lord of the Undead. See, there you go.
good work.
You know,
That's a
sometimes
good approach. I might
random things can spark you off. So
might have to try something like that.
ooh, like that name, Noldesh. You know, I'll use this. This is a Zelda-inspired name generator, right? I like how Noldesh sounds, so I might use Noldesh. What is it? Noldesh for a place name instead of a character name, right? Come over to Incarnate and name stuff. I don't know what Noldesh would be. Or here you go. This Ruin. What did I do? Pressed the wrong shortcut key. I pressed the wrong shortcut keys because I'm so used to being in Photoshop. So I picked the name Noldesh. I put a ruin icon on my map. Now I got to come up with something for a ruin, right? So you could start off, with the same type of tropes that we usually do in RPGs or storytelling. You know, now in ruin, Noldesh was once a beacon and benchmark of architectural, I don't know, architectural beauty or perfection, right? Now, centuries of neglect Harsh desert winds. What the hell is I think landmark? Not landmark. What's that society when something's really old?
What?
My brain's part to remember things is switched off because I'm trying to be creative, and now they're fighting. The society, you know, like, well, maybe that's only an American thing. I don't know. It's a really old building, but it's not a. Is it a landmark? It's not a landmark, right? What is it called?
Ruin?
Not a ruin. A really old building that's still standing and is protected.
Listed building.
Oh, historical building?
Trying to think of the name. It's like, because you know you have your analytical side of your brain and your creative side of the brain, and when you're really engaged in one, the other just doesn't work.
Yeah.
At least for me.
I think the term landmark applies.
Yeah.
Heritage site?
Ooh. That might be. Use that word somewhere in here. Why don't I know how to spell? I know how to spell, I just don't ever type the right letters.
I think a landmark might be the word you're looking for.
Probably. I don't know. I got my brain moving forward again, though, so that's always awesome.
Memorial, monument.
Monument! Ah,
Yeah.
there you go.
I looked it up on thesaurus.com. Synonyms of landmark.
Alright, so I got some BS for Noldesh. My one ruin on the map. You know. Now in ruin, Noldesh was once a beacon and benchmark of architectural perfection. Now centuries of neglect and the harsh desert winds leave it in ruin. The heritage and history long lost. Some brave souls travel to the ruined Noldesh to study the architecture and attempts to resurrect its style and precision. Most never returned. Aha! No
Sound
idea
like
what I'll use that for, though, but... What?
You sound like Deckard Cain.
I know. That's another voice I keep getting trapped in.
Stay a
There's-
while. Listen.
Stay a while. Listen. Diablo. I don't know. It's one of those voices that if I read in that voice, it helps me understand what I'm reading more.
Oh,
I
really?
don't know why, but it does.
Oh well, if it works for you, use it.
Oh crap! I just realized I did that as a separate note.
Oh, picture, dear boy.
I wanted to do.
Don't realize that it can be fixed.
No dash. There we go. Redone. Reduce, reuse, and recycle. This is. What was this? Baka, right? Boko. That sounds more like a dangerous place, right? Boko.
Baka?
You know.
How do you just generate more names on here? Again, I forget.
Maybe you click on the category again.
Oh, yeah, you do. I'm an idiot. Thank you. Again, other side of my brain not functioning now. Oh, Tenia. I like the way that sounds. Tenia. Sounds really delicate for a guard tower.
It's Fort Tenia.
Fort. It's not Fort, Tenia. It's Fort. I need an F in front of that. Yeah. There are many horrors. Born and bred. Right? You gotta be born, then you gotta be bred. I don't know why. You just got to. They go together. Right? Born and bred. And with desert wastes. Because desert wastes are a very dangerous place. Fort Tenia was erected as a forward, I don't know. Scouting hub? Can there be a scouting hub? That just sounds weird.
There's a scouting settlement.
Yeah. Oh, as a forward settlement, right? To provide early warning. Did I spell early right? I did. Cool. Early warning to the surrounding, not surrounding. I'm over here typing while speaking in an accent, and I'm typing the accent now. Mistake. It's wonderful. Forward. Settlement to provide. No, provide. There you go. Wow, it was wonderful. I don't know what I'm naming it. It's a coastal kingdom. How does that? That sounds weird. Bastion of defense, making me think.
That sounds about right.
Bastion dictionary.com. Bastion definition fortification. Projecting portion of a rampart of fortification that forms an irregular pentagon. Yeah, words. They're awesome. Whatever. There you go, more BS. Isn't BS great? Fort Tenia. There are many horrors. Horrors. There are many. Oh wait, that's why I'm supposed to put 2 R's and not 2 O's. Told you I can't type. I can't spell. It's not a strong suit of mine, but you know, I try. There are many horrors born and bred in the desert waste. Fort Tenia. Tentia? No, not Tentia. Tenia. Tentia sounds, I don't know, weird. Fort Tenia was erected as a fort settlement to provide an early warning to the coastal kingdom. Over generations, the settlement grew in number and its citizens grew in their relative skills. Now, Tenia is a bastion, the very first line of defense. The citizens of Fort Tenia prevent the horrors of the desert waste from spilling over to the farms, villages, and cities of the coastal kingdom. I am bugging out quite a bit right now. I mean, that sounds good enough for a map, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I like it.
Oh, yeah.
Just sufficient amount of BS.
Nelson, have a look, see what you think.
What was that?
Have a look.
All right, wait, hold on. Getting confused with the mouse placement.
Oh,
What?
jeez.
Oh, that is awesome. Dude, post that up on the consortium, man, for real.
Yeah, will do.
And if do you know the incarnate page, you should post that shit up on there too, like for real.
Yeah.
That's pretty damn kick ass. Holy cow. Oh, look at that little Kingdom Tower Island thing you made. That is awesome.
What, to the far right?
Yeah, the blending of the silhouettes.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yes.
I sound like such a geek. It's so awesome! Oh my god!
We're like, look at all these new toys we get to play with.
Yeah, right. Do not go through and name each building.
Oh fuck no. No.
This is 31474, Church Street over here. We don't label Church Street because we can't quite see it on the map, but it's Church Street by the line of buildings. It's all about continuity and precision up in here because this is how we roll, Nah, don't.
Yeah, no. Best avoid.
Yeah, that is sick, dude. Hey, but look, we've been on here for not quite 2 hours, but like an hour and 35, hour and 40 minutes maybe, right?
Really? Already?
Yeah. I mean, I started at my time. It was like 4:45, 10 to 5, and it's almost 6:30 now.
Okay.
By my time, so it's been about an hour and a half, a little bit more. I mean, we probably haven't been mapping for the entire hour and a half, but I mean, for an hour's worth of work, that's pretty sick in Incarnate. The only reason is it took an hour's worth of work because you're like plopping down every little building.
Yeah, that's why it needs copy and paste for God's sake.
For like blotches, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you know what? Batch objects. That would be a great thing. Like an object that's several. Well, I said the same thing with their trees, because their tree placement is just one little tiny tree, and it's so small that you got to keep going over and over and over just to get a good fill. If they had something that was like equivalent to a large scatter, like in Photoshop, something like that, it would be a lot better.
Would it?
Or, yeah. Still pretty sick looking though, bro. Or the ability to combine separate objects. Not just overlay them, but like, okay, that tower you have in the northeastern section, right? The northeastern island. Now, if they had a feature to combine the several objects that you used to make that tower into one object, into a single group, copy and paste groups, right? And there's also a feature to add notes to a group, to an object. So you can add a singular note very easily to a group of objects. That'd be a pretty awesome functionality.
That would be pretty awesome.
Like putting several different separate silhouettes into one folder in Photoshop.
Yeah. I'd probably have to blame or thank. I don't know which. Blame or thank him. Thank Michael for this idea of doing this. But anyway.
Night Hook.
Thank him.
Word, you know what? Um, this program is really good for members of the one shot group, right? For people who want to run like a quick one shot, they could spend like an hour or two in here, and that's it, and have a fully fleshed out map of a piece of a setting. They could run one shots for, or like the Sea Jacks, you know, the Copper Jackals. They have an overview. Arthenvale, aka Dragon Grin, has its has the map on their site. Um, you know, and for I mean, you're not gonna get that detailed, but for a quick map, I mean, come on, this thing is beautiful for that.
Mm-hmm.
Uh oh, what's happening over here? I see some mountains and some beach being added.
Yeah, this is a little bit of a different experience than just drawing. I'm not sure I like the mountain placement system.
What do you mean?
It just seems a little bit limited.
Yeah, because it like alternates between smaller mountains and bigger mountains, and
Yeah.
I think I would like more control of that, to be honest.
Well, you can take
Over the-
off. All right, let's see. I was typing this BS over here. You can take it off the control, but it's not very intuitive. It's you take off, you untick randomize, and then there's size. So you can specifically place size 0 mountain over and over and over. Size 0 has a little bit of variation in it as well.
Ah.
And then you could click from size 0 to size 1, and then you get a different sort of selection of mountains. And then click from size 1 all the way to size 2, and then you get the taller, snow-peaked mountains.
Okay, that's really useful. I'll probably have to redo these. Thank you.
Yeah, that's why I was asking exactly what do you mean. Because I have my own gripe about it, which is pretty much that the objects have a specific bounding block, a bounding box, so that you can't quite overlay them together. You know, there's a certain amount of spacing that needs to happen, and sometimes I just don't. You know, again, I'm spoiled with Photoshop and drawing maps by hand, so you have infinite control. If you take a little bit of that control away from me, it's like, oh man. I would add mountains to my map, but I don't know. I don't think they'll go. Where would they go? Just some small hills? I don't know. That looks sad. I'll leave it the way it is. What do you think? What do you guys think of Baka? Or Bako, or whatever the hell that should sound like? I don't know.
Bako?
Bako. It's an animal camp or a creature camp, right? Like a bad guy camp.
Oh, right. So it's in the desert area, yeah?
Yeah. So, the many horrors of the waste are mindless animals, born to kill, fuck, and die. There is no real rhyme and reason behind it all. Some of these horrors have evolved, obtained enough intellect to organize and mobilize. Those that rule Bako enslave the other. More beast, not beat. We're not vegetables over here. Beast-like horrors of the wastes. Though still driven by primal urges, they direct their efforts towards the civilized world.
Yeah, that's cool.
I don't know, now this is actually making me think. I kind of want to make this into something. Run a run shot. Bako. You gotta go to Bako and, like, you gotta stop him because it's dangerous. Where'd he come from? He come from Fort Kenya, dude.
Yeah, does the place have a travel brochure?
Yeah, the place, it has a travel brochure. You know, the Boko is one of those things that it has a red X around it, meaning don't go. Because if you go, you run into trouble.
I don't know what we're doing right now. This is devolving into just I don't even know. Oh, I love that. Bing, bong. Ding dong, the witch is dead. Everyone get out of bed. Ding dong, the wicked witch is dead. Iffy. Iffy. I just want to use it because that sounds like iffy. Yeah, that sounds kind of iffy to me. Iffy. What should I name Iffy? Iffy! Iffy is a lighthouse! Duh. Okay, I'm done. Ah. I think I'm probably going to need to take a break from this. Because there's like no rhyme or reason to anything that I'm doing right now. Just sort of, well, I'm just sort of having fun, which is never a bad thing.
Well, as long as you're having fun, I mean...
I gotta go back to work on this monstrosity. Where's the zoom button? What do you think, Brian?
That is awesome.
Yeah, look at the resolution I got in here. Look how close I can zoom in. It's ridiculous amount of res.
Yeah. What's this place?
It's a commission that I'm working on.
Oh.
So I'm really not sure if he wants me to divulge any information before he starts running his games.
Oh, okay.
You know. But yeah, this is he's going to be doing a minting mission for the Copper Jackals.
Okay.
So I've got this and you know, this is the city map, but I have a zoomed out version.
Yeah.
That's I don't know why I'm thinking of the word terrestrial, but terrestrial map. What the? I can't think anymore. My brain. I was hanging out with my daughter too much last night. We went to bed at like 5 or something, and then I woke up at 9, and that's a bad habit for the past few days.
Oh no. Yeah.
And I've pretty much been working like I've been when she woke up taking care of her, but working on those maps too, especially that city map, because placing lots of little buildings can be tedious, as you would know.
Yes, I know. Yes.
Ah. But yeah, the more city maps you make, the more you can appreciate the reasons for why a lot of people don't actually put buildings in their city maps.
Yes. Is that a paid commission you're doing, Nelson?
Yeah.
Oh, that's good.
So I worked out, double checked the scale, so every building is placed to scale. They have a specific square footage for if he wants to populate them, or if he wants to do a battle map later on. I can actually zoom in and do a 100% scaled battle map to that city map.
That's cool.
And yeah, that's another reason why it's taking so long. Make sure everything is of an appropriate scale. So I can look at the map and tell you about how wide the river is, the average square footage for some of these buildings, the width of the wall, how big the towers are, at least for the footprint, the silhouetted footprint. Whether they're 2, 3, 4, 5-story things, that's to be discovered during gameplay, I would suppose. But yeah, Oh, did you have a chance to read that comic, Brian?
What's that?
My sci-fi.
Oh, is that the one with the guy playing cards or something?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Did I not comment on that or something?
Yeah, that. Fuck. I mean, again, brain seems to be melting down.
Yeah, I think I gave you a comment. I said it all came together nicely, or something like that.
Oh wait, I think I remember now. Son of a bitch. Because I posted like one picture a while ago. The one page that I did. Why can't I get to the consortium? Like, it's not behaving. I can't function. Did you see AJ's map? His swamp coast.
Yeah.
I mean, this program, y'all guys putting this program through the ringer, putting it to use. Oh God, it's like every post in here is one of mine. What the hell?
You're very, you're dedicated. You are so dedicated to what you do.
Yeah, there we go. Oh yeah, son of a gun. From man. I want to do more of this, man, but I keep not having like the right moments to go back into it.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I was having problems with my tablet, and I want to use a different program besides Photoshop now, but I'm not sure if it'll break the look of the comic. Because I want it to look less digital and more more traditional, with a somewhat digital feel.
Well, that's more or less your first draft.
No, I actually want the comic to look like this. I don't want it to be detailed.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's a certain like what is that? Brain not working, words not coming. Um, it's like the style that I want to go for it.
Yeah, well, that's cool.
You know, because I draw comic stuff, comic stuff. You know, muscly guys and all that stuff. But I thought that would be cool for this thing. What's this? Oh, that's
Oh, it's a pretty neat little comic. I like it.
it has something. The word has something to do with animation. You know, but whatever that word is, like each panel is more like a cell in an animation. Is kind of what I want to go for.
Mm-hmm.
Like storyboarding?
Yes.
Storyboard.
No. Yes, like storyboarding, but there's a way of storyboarding. I think it's called like an animatic almost.
Yeah.
I think that's the word. I think that's the word now. Anyway, whatever the word is, that's the kind of look I want this thing to have. You know, but I stopped making it. I feel like,
You should keep
such a
on working.
loser.
But I tend to do that too. I have ideas and then I want to get on with it, but then I stop doing it. So.
Well, my problem is that I have too many ideas,
Yeah.
and I try to do them all. It's like, ooh, let's make some videos. Ooh, let's draw some comics. Ooh, let's make some maps. Ooh, let's make some maps with this program. Ooh, let's look at this program. Hey, does anybody need help? I'll help you. Ooh, I'm helping. Wait, I gotta draw a comic. Ooh, I'm writing a rule set. Ooh, I'm reading and reviewing a beta rule set. Ooh, 2 more rule sets came out. Ooh, I want to run games. Ooh, I'm playing games.
Touch me, ah!
Yeah, and then life as well,
Yes.
which is always a fun thing. The things that happen in life. You know, look at that squid on that bay. That's like, is that like a trapped sea monster?
Yeah. Sort of like
Ooh.
Nessie.
Yeah, right. It's trapped, right? You see, in the deep seas, there's a creature that grows. We all know how to avoid it. We just don't go. We just hug the coastlines. But once, generations ago, a few of their young managed to get through the little passages and lakes and the rivers and the tributaries into lake. Oh my gosh! And
Like, oh my gosh.
yeah, because when they figured one of them was in the lake, they were like, "Oh my gosh, man, for real? I ain't fishing in that lake no more. It's gonna reach up and it's gonna snatch you up. The tentacle
sort
gonna
of-
come out and snatch you up. If you see an eel, run. You never know if it's really an eel." I don't know.
I think it's more like a legendary thing, and no one's quite sure if it's real.
Lake, we thought we saw it. That's what it is now. It's Lake, we thought we saw it.
Later thought we saw it.
Yeah.
Comical possibilities. But...
It's called Lake True Enough. What about that? Oh, that's terrible.
Like,
It's wonderful but terrible at the same time. Oh, I think that was a feature I forgot to mention. The fact that you could put text, but the text doesn't wrap. Like, you can't curve the text.
Oh yeah, that would be really useful.
I love putting curved and slightly wonky text that follows like the general outline of the region or coastline that it's supposed to name.
mm-hmm.
Makes it feel more integrated, you know?
Yeah.
Why am I fascinated with Lake True Enough now? Like, I want it to be a thing that's run just to see, like, how long does it take somebody to say something about the name? You know? Yes, there's a legend. Blah, blah. In Lake True Enough. Lake True Enough. The legend is true enough. You know what's crazy? I don't know. I forgot. I just completely lost my train of thought. Wow, I lost my train of thought. Holy cow! Did you start off making that map, or did it end up that way, Stefan?
It was the first time I ever used this, so I was just playing around at first. I was kind of trying to do something similar to the map I was doing in my friend's Pathfinder game, and then it evolved into this thing.
Yeah, because when I first started seeing what you were making, it looked a lot different.
Yeah, all the rivers and lakes kind of reshaped everything.
As they do, I suppose.
Yeah. The only thing I had really in mind is one landmass on this side,
You're starting to go robot.
Yeah.
little mini.
Hey, it looks cool though. It is a fun program, man.
Yeah.
The Green Divide. The Divide. Should be called the Wet Divide. Do not listen to me. I am being silly. Cause it's like a little swamp that's in between two major like land masses. So, you know.
Yeah. I come up with the Sea of a Thousand Tears. You say.
I came up with Lake True Enough. It's a mythological creature in Lake True Enough. Dude, that's awesome. If anybody sees this and sees me for the first time, they're gonna think all my maps suck. Just because of that. What? He puts things like True Enough and the Wet Divide in his maps. Ah, we can't play with a guy like that. Oh, golly, man.
Like.
You gotta ask enough. You understand? It's supposed to be badass.
The Divide.
The Divide is literally better than the Wet Divide. Seriously.
I know. I'm bugging out right now. Look. I gotta take a short break. I've been literally mapping all day, bro. Literally all day, from 9 until it's almost 7 now. How many hours is that? That's 10 hours. I've been doing 10 hours of mapping. Okay.
Really?
I need a little silliness in my life right at the moment. Yeah, I have. I've been doing about 10 hours of mapping today. Most of it in Photoshop, but
Stop pretending like you got a life.
hey, only people who got a life can do that. Because if you don't got a life, you're more like, you're done. I'll beat you over the head with a piece of lint. See this stone wall I got in my hand? I'm gonna hit you with a stone wall. It's a printout of a stone wall, but it's close enough. I hit you with this brick out of the stone wall.
That's so stupid.
I don't know. I'm just in a very silly. I need to play like a chuckle fuck game right now. Play a Deckard Cain character in a D&D game. You know? Welcome. We are off to go to Lake True Enough. Because I said so. I'm the oldest in the group. How do you know you're the oldest? Have you not heard my voice?
How you know the oldest? Nigga, I got what?
I've got the voice. Only people who give quests have voice like this. Though I am a player character, I have the voice, so I also give the quests. Shut up and listen.
Shut up and listen.
Shut up and listen. Yeah, it's not stay a while and listen
my
anymore.
friend. Shut the fuck up and listen.
Yo, that would be great. A real ghetto street Deckard Cain. What up, dog? I've got a story to
Hey,
spit you.
man, he has to be relocated. Just choke him off like that. What the fuck, Joe?
Yeah.
Gloves are off. Gloves are off. Back swinging.
An undead Deckard Cain. What?
Undead gangster Deckard.
An undead gangster Deckard. Alright, Blizzard. Blizzard, I know you're not watching Blizzard, but
It's not broadcast.
I don't care. Yes, it's live.
You're broadcasting.
Yes, this is live. So Blizzard, somebody in Blizzard get up off your ass and discover me and watch this video. You need to come out with an undead gangster Deckard Cain. That would rock. Alright?
Who's pissed off at the network?
There you go. He should just be pissed off at everyone. He's pissed off because the Nephilim ain't saved him. He's pissed off because Diablo put him in that situation. He's pissed off at the heroes because the hero was supposed to be a hero and didn't.
No, dude, he's pissed off because the hero got his fucking niece turned into Diablo.
Wow. Comes back as the undead. King Leoric, watch out. Deckard Cain is coming back. Leoric ain't got nothing on him. Deckard gonna be like, yo, dog.
You gotta get his ass turned into freaking Diablo.
Word, right? Yo, dog, I'm Diablo's uncle. Stay a while and get your ass fucked up.
No,
Terrible. I don't know if I should be sorry or not. You guys are just so quiet right now.
the hero got his niece turned into Diablo.
We're just carrying on over here, and you guys are like, oh. Yeah, I'm just gonna stay quiet and make my map. This guy is crazy. No.
Diablo?
I don't know. Nah.
Just ending silliness on boat.
Brian is spectating. I just know he's spectating right now.
He's like, fuck you guys.
He joined the hangout. I don't even know how long he was there, but he was there just watching what was going on, and I wasn't even tabbed in. And I just heard this odd sort of like lip smacking sound or something, and I was like, what was that? And then I found out he was chilling in here just listening to whatever we were doing.
Yeah, I wasn't stalking you.
No, he wants chaos.
See, Stefan, I don't know. He looks like he's wrapped up in his map. He's got this divide working, just getting the color and the text just right.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing.
There's just a lot of concentration going on over there, and you know, I'm over here just being silly now.
Wish you could adjust the transparency on the text.
Yeah. That's another thing. I wish they just had more fonts.
Yeah.
You
Although
know, there's,
Mason Serif is pretty useful.
yeah, but
It's pretty much has what I need for this particular project.
I'm a type of person that has so many fonts that if I installed them all, I would crash my Windows. I know because it's happened. So yeah, I love options. What? Like to play around with like emboss and Photoshop and like make 3D maps. Or you should just hop into ZBrush and make a 3D map, and then just render it from the top down. Always great stuff. Wash up. Now you got me singing it, man. Wash away whatever. Word. Look. There you go. That's the theme song for The Divide. Where is it? I'm gonna click on it so you can see this. That's the theme. Wash away what I've done. There you go. There's got to be. There's a building there. There's a thing there. It looks like there's villages in The Divide, right?
Yeah.
No, you know what? No, there has to be a mad as in crazy, a mad dwarf lord in that mountain range, right? That has like servants and stuff, and he's done some crazy evil stuff, and he's like so old because he's a dwarf, you know, hundreds of years, and he's regretted it for hundreds of years, and he made his like home in the Divide because the seasonal flooding from that area. Here, wash away what I've done. That's what he feels. So he feels refreshed, but only once in the rainy season, he feels cool. Oh, I don't know. You know what would be cool? Like bullywugs or Koatua or one of those amphibious fishy races, right? In an area like that, right? The wetlands. But they're only ever
Koatua or something?
Kuatua, yeah. Kuatua are like the fishmen. They're like deep ones, right? Bullywugs are like frogmen in like D&D.
I only remember them from the Dungeons and Dragons cartoon.
They're actually in the monster manual.
They are?
Yeah.
I love that.
But imagine like an area like that, like the Divide, right? I'm picturing at least once every sometime there's got to be like a flood season, right?
Yeah.
There's got to be seasonal flooding in that area because that happens in wetlands. So like nothing happens, you know, the entire time. But when the seasonal floodings come, it's like a localized apocalypse, right? Where just like all these sea creatures or these bullywugs, or maybe it's bullywugs warring, you know, at war with the Kuatua over this one land, you know, that's flooded now, and they're, I don't know, warring for something, and whoever inhabited it there is just, you know, they're dead. They're just caught in the crossfire. I don't know, I'm thinking too much.
That would be interesting. Not really what I have in mind for this, but you know.
I just come up with a bunch of ideas. I just shoot ideas out. I be machine gunning ideas. Yeah, I like machine guns, yo.
Well, keep them coming. I'm happy to steal them.
Yeah, look, you got one island there that it looks like Crab Claw Island, right? It's Crab Claw Island.
This thing?
Or the one right underneath it.
Oh, this thing?
Yeah. It's like Crab Claw Island, and then you got the one right above it, the first one that you the first one that you like
The
circle
pincer
around.
looking thing?
Yeah, the top one, the one north of Crab Claw Island, right? Even though Crab Claw Island probably isn't an island, it looks like an odd-shaped peninsula since it's connected to the land, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they call it Crab Claw Island anyway because they're uneducated. Who cares, right? Right. The one right above it could be like, you know, Demon Face Island or something because it looks like it has like a little eye before the jaw. You know.
It does look a bit like pincers.
It's Graboid Island. That's what it is.
Graboid Island.
Yeah, Graboid Island. Now that I think, it kind of looks like a little Graboid. A little bit. Not really, but a little bit. What?
This is where I show you how old you are. What the fuck's a Graboid?
Okay, I'm dating myself is what you're saying, so forget you. What's a Graboid from Tremors? You never seen Tremors?
Oh.
They were called Graboids. They called them Graboids. Yeah, Graboid Island. Or whoa, what if like there's a mythology about how that formed? The divide, like how the divide formed, was like a purple worm that it kept digging and digging channels and a labyrinth of channels that eventually the lake or the ocean broke through. You know?
There was a big purple worm.
Yeah, big purple worm. Why not? Throw a
Yeah.
purple worm at your players.
You need more purple worms in your life.
I need more. Yeah, I need more purple worms in my life. They pimping. My purple worms are pimps. They got the shiny purple shells. You know what I'm saying? Do you know how much gold they could have in their grill with all those teeth? All right, purple worms be pimping. Yo, that'd be great. Or if not a purple worm, a bunch of land sharks, the boulets, you know?
Oh, land shark, yeah.
Land sharks that cause their own death by reproducing too much and then weakening the ground so much that it actually created a swamp-like area. You know? Word. And like in the rainy season, you know, when that floods, the groundwater seeps deep through the caverns again, and it drives the remaining boulets up and out to either side of the divide. No, you just feel you just feel the ground rumble. You're like, baby, I know I make the earth move for you, but damn. And then he's dead because the boulet comes up and just eats him. That's a terrible way to go. Just
That might be an awesome way to go. Like, yeah, that.
what? What? No.
Well, that might be the best way to go. Okay, I'm just saying.
Pinchermoth
I'm saying,
Isle,
if I
Graboid
get
Peninsula.
this fucking climax, then come on.
Call him Edelgate because you know there's like an elf, a lone elf that she's a half elf that thinks she's a full elf that drinks this potion of immortality so she can pretend to be a full elf, and the elf's name's Adele, and she was like, "Yo, this is gonna be Edelgate."
Adele.
Yeah. I don't. No, what are you doing? Oh man. It's wonderful though. Yo, those could be the Pigtail Mountains, because they're like pigtails coming from Adele's head. Don't listen to me. I'm just being silly. Edelwood. What? Oh, Edelglade. He knew it was coming. He changed the name quick. Oh, this has just devolved. Yeah, it has. It's been 2 hours already. All right. No.
It's fun.
You know, Edelglade. Let's see what else. What are those mountains? Those mountains are like, they look like they're about to come together. You know, if the mountain range continued, they would like have like a little nook. You know, it'd be like a pair of hands just cradling Edelgate almost.
Yeah, it's called Edelgate because it's sort of taking up the space between the two mountain ranges, so you kind of got to pass through it to get to Edelglade.
Yeah, no, that much I understand. I'm talking about like the mountain ranges. Like, what would they be called? I mean, you don't got to give them a name because
Edel left and Edel right.
L left and L right. That's crazy.
L left, L right.
How about Romulus and Remus?
Ooh,
You know,
I like it, but
or something
Romulan
like that.
Mountains.
Nah, no, because that's not. People think Romulan because Star Trek, but it's
Star
not
Trek.
Romulan. You know? Yeah. Romulus and Remus is a Roman thing, right? It's either Roman or Greek, one of those. I think it's Roman, though.
Those brothers.
Yes, I know.
It's like a police box. You're not getting the original context back.
Yeah, or something like Abel and Cain. You know, like any sort of myth where there's like battling brothers, right? And then maybe like in the mythos or the suggested mountain ranges up north, they actually come together, right? And it's like
I,
the dissension from north to south maps the myth.
thematically, that really works because have you ever seen Over the Garden Wall?
No.
Oh, it's amazing. It's a 10-part miniseries on Cartoon Network, and it's this big experimental thing, and it's really, really good. Um, and it's about two brothers trapped. It's about two brothers trapped in the woods called the Unknown, um, in like this. What should I call it? The setting is like old American South, like Tom Sawyer,
Mm-hmm.
and yeah, the Edelwood trees are a type of tree in that show, made from which are uh, created by the souls of lost children.
Hmm.
It's spooky, but the two brothers thing kind of works here.
Son of a gun.
And one of the brothers is played by Elijah Wood.
Uh-oh. That's the name of the forest to the west of the no.
The Elijah Woods.
Yeah. So, but that's interesting. Like with that type of mythos going and stuff.
You're gonna have River Phoenix and Forrest Gump as well, aren't you?
But yeah, like if Edelglade is full of Edel trees, and Edel trees are born from the souls of lost children, Edelgate could be founded to stop, to stop that.
Yeah.
Stop children from being lost, or maybe founded as a small village that at the center of the village was an orphanage that just grew and grew, and as the orphans grew up, some left and some returned to their home and just expanded and blah 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 blah, right?
Yeah.
Bam! Mythos. It's good. It's also an interesting sort of idea for a Trent, right? The Trents are trees haunted by lost souls or something.
Yeah.
Because I've actually made some haunted-looking Trents too already. Just because, like physically, I created some Trent miniatures that they look like haunted Trents. Be a good reason to use them. Could see him saying, "I was once like you, young, foolish." I presumed to explore before my time, and now I stand here for eternity. Why does that say that to me? That's just not cool. Fueling their chimneys and fireplaces must be such a horrific experience.
Yeah, actually, that's part of the show, too. there's a woodsman with a lantern, and this terrifying, deep-voiced creature known as the Beast has him cut down Edelwood trees to fuel the lantern, which contains the soul of his daughter. And this is a Cartoon Network show, by the way.
Nice. Well, yeah, they're putting out cartoons that don't belong on like children's stations, just because of the context, the subject matter, not necessarily the execution, but just the subject matter.
I think it's time I think children's shows have kind of underestimated what kids can handle for the longest time.
Yeah,
Well, I say that
I think we have
because of
some
adults.
really good programming going on right now for kids.
yeah, I agree with that.
Hey, you trying to say Care Bears wasn't cool? Don't talk smack about my Care Bears, boy.
Yeah, Care Bears are fine, but have you seen Steven Universe?
Oh, that show is just terrible.
That show is amazing.
I don't know. It's kind of terrible.
Steven Universe?
Yes, Steven Universe. What's terrible about it?
Because I don't really follow it that much, but some of the things are just so ridiculous, that it's like, I don't know.
The early episodes, it takes a little bit of getting used to, but no, trust me, that is one of the best shows of all time. You've got to give it another shot.
All right, okay. How about this? Have you ever seen The Breadwinners?
I've heard of it.
Don't watch it ever.
Okay.
It's so like, really. There's a mature level of immaturity going on in that game. That show. Is what it is, and it's just sad for it. But like I understand what you're saying. Things like Samurai Jack coming out, Adventure Time. I'm a huge fan of, right?
Yeah, if you like Adventure Time, you will love Steven Universe.
It's something I really don't watch too much TV, so that's really the major reason why.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Though this looks very interesting. Over the Garden Wall.
Oh,
Is
yeah.
Is it ongoing, or do you think it'll be like on Netflix? Because I'll hop over to Netflix and see if it's on there.
I think it might be on Hulu. I got the whole thing on Amazon Video. Yeah, it's all on Hulu. And it's just a 10-part miniseries. It tells its whole story in just one go.
That's nice. It's always nice,
Yeah.
Because sometimes they try to just drag these things out way too much. Yeah. Over the wall, through the woods. I don't know where I was going with that. Just never mind. I'll see what I can do about watching that. Yes, I will.
Yeah, both of those shows are going to be classics.
Bill Nye the Science Guy. Bill Nye the Science Guy. Bill. I'm bugging. Yeah, I think I'm gonna call it now. Just end this. It's been going on long enough. We've made some cool stuff.
Yeah.
See, Brian is still expanding on that metropolis. So, I guess Brian proved me wrong. I didn't think you could make a city map in Incarnate. Brian turned around and said, "No, fuck you, look." So, well done, my friend.
You
Well done.
motherfucker! I'll show you how to do it.
Yeah. So, seriously though, make sure you post that up on the consortium, man.
I will.
You too, Stefan.
All right.
When you're done, I mean, if you don't mind sharing, like, if this is gonna actually be a setting that you don't want to divulge certain things of, but post it up on the consortium. Maybe if you're interested in turning into a setting, like I'm just being silly, and sometimes.
And I wanted to try to do Reese's again since my.
Oh, you're roboting again. You are roboting again. I can't understand much of what you're saying.
Oh yeah. Well, since my Reese's game fell through, I might be able to use this. Because like I said, I wanted to try and do another Reese's game, and this one I could host myself.
Yeah. Are you a member of the Tabletop One Shot group?
I don't think so.
All right. If you go to a link, because I might as well just link it to you instead of send you there.
So Nelson, do you see my dragon runes?
Yeah, I saw that. Oh, sweat, my phone is ringing. Oh well, let me just post this over here. Go check that out, brother.
All right, thank you.
All right. So Stefan, that's a link I posted to the tabletop one shot group. Often one shots are played there, set up there. There's a huge community, and quite a few campaigns were kind of born there as well.
So you just arrange one-shot campaigns, like one session things.
Well, you can do one. You most often there are one session things. Sometimes the one session things grow into multiple sessions or campaigns. Sometimes it's like a mini 3-shot. Some people like to do episodical one-shots, meaning it's a one-shot, it's a one-session thing, but the overall world has a continuum to them. So they're all one-shots happening in a broader, overarching story. And sometimes through playing and running these one-shots, you can find players that just work well with how you run a game, or just as a group you click and you start running a campaign, a full-blown campaign if you want.
Cool.
And it's fun to do one-shots because you're exposing yourself to a lot of different personalities, and it gives you a lot more practice as a GM. Dealing with the different personalities and rule sets. If you want to introduce rule sets, right now, the most popular is, of course, Dungeons and Dragons 5th edition. I believe Fate is kind of in second place, right? I think Fate is kind of in second place, but the Cypher system and Fantasy Age were recently released, so I think we're going to get some of that going on in the one-shot group as well.
Cool. And then I could probably try and introduce Reese's.
Yeah.
Because that's perfect for one-shots.
Yeah, man. But I gotta go and start dinner. So
Alright, well,
Let's
thanks
just
for
talk
throwing this
about it.
thing.
yeah, no problem, fellas. Yeah. I'm gonna try to keep this a little bit more regular, like I used to.
Yeah.
Hopefully, life stops trying to slap me in the face for a while, and I'll get that happening.
Yeah.
All right, gentlemen. So take it easy and post your maps in the damn consortium. That way there's I can't be posting so much there. All right, peace out, guys.
All right, guys. Take it easy.
Peace.